What up? This is Abacus back for another gameplay run of the Roottrees Are Dead. And the very first thing I'm going to do is look up Carl, because as I uploaded the previous episode to YouTube, I saw the intro and I'm like, oh, shoot, it told me to look up Carl again afterwards. So we're going to do that now. After that, we're going to focus primarily on the text, because we only got halfway through it last time. Carl Roottrees died in the plane crash. So it said earlier in the game that they were going to be releasing a press release, and they did, which means we now know what day it is. It's December 6th, 1998. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, and the Roottree sisters, and the other employees that perished last night. The entire Roottrees family is in shock, requesting privacy, all 38 of them. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man. He'll be an absence we struggle to fill. Look back on his family's triumphs. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Interesting. Great-grandfather. That's Elias, isn't it? There's like 6 of those. Elias Roottree. So if this is Carl. This is Carl's parent. This is Carl's grandparent. So Elias won Watchman of the Year. Who watches the Watchmen? I don't have him correct. I have Elias as the first president. Carl is presumably not that. He's probably the 5th president. Maybe. Maybe there has only been 4 presidents, but it has the option for 5. I think we're going to risk it. So, good to know that Elias Roottree... I don't know, I think I already knew that. So I think that is what I got from that Watchman. Hey, you know what? Maybe there's something on that. What the heck's a Watchman? Ooh, hello. Business Watch Magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economies. How droll. They've been around for over 100 years in one form or another. They offer an award to a prominent businessman. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few features, 2 Rootrees have been featured, Elias and Carl. Oh, I'm so happy we have another business watch. And I keep typing in, like, that architect, like, and he's like CEO of a company, but didn't list the name. Business Watch does not host in the online archives. Oh, this is so sad. You may be able to find individual articles through your periodical search. Oh, okay, sweet. This is called Business Watch Magazine. Did it save my whatever I typed last time? No. Business. We're gonna look up Elias Roottree Jr. I really want a name for his company, even though it's not strictly needed. Fair enough. Look up the old man himself. Watchman of the Year in 1936 for rolling out 5 pieces. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Hey. See if we can get some good stuff on Carl. He won it too, right? Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. Notably, I believe Root is the clothing line, not clothing line, the candy line. The cover and a summary of the article has been added to evidence. Oh yeah, let's see this evidence. I've seen y'all before. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a misc. Is it a text? There it is. Look at this dapper gent. Carl Roottree grabs life by the roots. Our ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. This is the 87 issue. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in I got distracted by Kevin MacLeod. And a photo of him appears on the cover. Business Watch is the magazine about corporate leaders. He was chosen for his work at Roottree. Yeah, he was chosen not for Roottree Candy, but for his clothing company. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina, who I believe is their oldest, was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she could at the sewing machine. Her clothes were a hit, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree, a singer who had a daughter. Oh my gosh, look at all that Delicious data. By 1982, Brenda's patterns, that's the mom, were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin Ernie. Oh my God, Ernie hit. Yeah, we learned about Ernie Jr. I saw him, and I think I completely forgot to put him on the family tree. But I did not know he was second cousin to my man Carl. So this is all great. Other blood relatives who had a say in the company finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl funded the company by spending his entire inheritance. What a Chad. When the profits began to appear, the rest of the family got on board. Yeah, that's right, Ernie. Know your place. As per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became the cover model. The other kids got to get involved. Carl's voted Watchman of the Year for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Damn straight. Good job, Carl. Oh my God, I love him. This is Elias Roottree. I already have a photo. I probably shouldn't have done that. Now I'm going to see this other photo of Elias Roottree constantly. He was voted Watchman of the Year. He's got a painting. His global rollout of 5 pieces. He formed it after marrying his wife. He had a daughter, the first of 5 children. Oh shoot! I think I'm gonna have to fix however I set everything up. If he's, because I think his oldest. I shouldn't have even gone to this. I have things to do with Carl. He invents 5 pieces. Oh, see, you know, I thought there was going to be something to do with 5 flavors in the children, but it's chosen based on the initials. That's good to know. Okay. There's a lot of data in the text tab. 5 pieces were first sold in Pittsburgh. They're rolled out to New England. The new recipe is finalized. They purchase every maple farm in Pennsylvania. With the help of his son's architecture firm, a new industrialized factory and warehouse are built in Butler County. Production is tripled. Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy, and that the candy company remains a family business with the Clanced Trust. All right, we're just gonna write the word Clanced Trust here. Clanced Trust, because I need to check that later. See, I don't even have Ernie Jr. on here. Ernie Jr. I think he's a former president and second cousin of Carl. Oh, was his name Jim? Cousin of Carl, has daughter. That might be wrong. I might go double check that later. But let's just do one thing regarding Elias. So, why did I put Elias Roottree here? For whatever reason, I was under the impression that Elias Roottree was the oldest. Maybe I was just assuming because his name was Elias Roottree Jr. and not, I don't know, Elias Roottree III, completely forgetting that that's not how generational names work. So that's not Elias Roottree. That is a female Roottree. Unfortunately, I have no clue which one of these is Elias Roottree Jr. at the moment. It's not this one. Right? Yeah, because we learned that Gwen inherited her mother's name. So any one of these could be Elias Roottree Jr. We're going to stick him here for now. I may regret this later. I'll especially regret how many times I've said that, because at some point I'm going to forget. But he is an architect. This is an unknown female with an equally unknown job, because she is the oldest. Nice. What else? Alright. There they are. Alright, so pivoting back to Carl, because I just learned some real good stuff about Carl. This is Carl. These are Carl's parents. Let's not you. Let's go to this. Carl's cousin Jim is a singer who had a daughter. So let's look at these options. This person could be... No, that's not right. Because this isn't Carl's cousin, this is Carl's brother. This is Carl's cousin. This person has children. Don't know what's going on here. I'm assuming... Can I do more than one? No, I'm stupid. I shouldn't have taken a second photo of Elias Roottree. That is Elias Roottree, right? Yeah. Elias and Gwyneth. And that's also Elias, right? Yeah. So I just have 2 pictures of Elias now. I'm not sure why I did that. Sorry for that. I had to mute my mic because I sneezed. I hope I actually succeeded in doing that and didn't blow anyone's eardrums out. Alright, so we've got an unknown blood relative. I'm assuming these are pictures of them. Like, for example, this could be Penelope. Why is there 2? Is it suggesting that Penelope has 2 pictures of herself? Don't know. Don't care. So, is that the only example of a person having 2? I mean, what else could it possibly mean? It could mean that that's a photograph of the person. For example, it could maybe be a photograph of them when they were young and when they were old. Like, it could be that person, and then, you know, also that person at a different age. But going back to Jim, we got Carl right here. This is Carl's brother, their uncle. Uncles have cousins. Either one of them could be Jim Roottrees. So could they. The reason I don't think it's them is because they have kids. So what's going on here? Here's Carl. Here's a sibling of Carl who got divorced twice. Alright. This person got divorced from them. Got divorced from them. This person's coming in for the... What's going on here? Were they polygamous? But regardless, they kept going. This is still a sibling. Met up with a non-blood relative and had 2 kids. Oh, no, I see what's going on. This is not polygamy. This person and this person, they were divorced, but they had a kid. Who also, wow. This family. Ave Maria. Alright, so this person got divorced, had a kid, got married, and had 2 more kids. So any of these 3 people could be Jim Roottrees, I believe. Are there any other candidates for Jim Roottrees? Here's Carl. Here's a sibling of Carl. So that would make them an uncle or an aunt. This could also be Jim Roottrees, unfortunately. Oh no, there's more. These people could also be Jim Roottrees. Yeah, alright. Wow. So, things we have. This person's quite a character. If we could get some more info on the serial divorcee, that would be great. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, I went a little ahead of myself. There's gotta be more people we can pin down from this. Look at all these names. I also haven't actually searched these people. Carl's cousin is a singer. Man, I would love to put him in. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. This person also needs to have a daughter. So it would need to be, we would need Carl. Dagnabbit, that Carl would need to have, I don't believe I don't think there are that many generations on the tree. Are there? Carl's sibling needs to have a kid, and that kid would be Jim, but that person would also need to have a kid, and I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing anywhere on the tree that's possible. There are no kids after Jim, unless I've got my genealogy mixed up, which I hope I don't, because that lady is paying me? Am I getting paid? She said I had the job and then just handed a bunch of files. Am I an unpaid temp? Am I doing this for exposure? Will they put me in the will if I figure this out? Regardless, let's, instead of just knowing these people, let's see if we can get some dirt on them. Jim Roottrees. I got something in my MISC folder. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife, Diamond LaRue. The The duo is considered a one-hit wonder due to their song Rollin' On Down to the City. He writes the songs, plays the guitar, and sings. Diamond is considered to be the band's singer. They never had another hit, but people do like them. Diamond Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s. You can find some others. Interesting. Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottree daughter. See if we can get her name. Sad. Diamond LaRue. What do we have on her? It's the same thing. Okay, fair enough. Let's go check out what we got into MISC folder. We got some new stuff in the MISC folder. Wow. How are you two doing? Rolling On Down to the City was barely a top hit for a few weeks. Satirizes how society is content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop music culture tricked them into caring. Listeners didn't care enough about the lyrics enough to trick them into caring, so most of its play came from roller discos. I see they're suffering from Michael Stipe syndrome. Because it was such a product of its time, nobody really plays it. The image is from an auction. It has a sticker. Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet. Jim Roottree is on the notable Roottrees in your evidence. I said that I was gonna... Oh, he's marked with a star! Oh, this is good stuff. Alright, that is very helpful. Why don't I go there now? Because I keep forgetting to do that. These mofos, they done got stars on them. I should remember that. That sounds vaguely good to know. So... if Jimmy boy, has a star, he can't be any... I must have gotten my genealogy... That lady should fire me, because I thought that this lowest generation was where Jim goes, but clearly that's not the case. So Jim, my man... I guess he could be that person. Do any of these stars not have kids? I don't think so. This is a genealogy-based game. This one had a kid who then got married. How old was... How old? I'm trying to see if we got like a clue on how old Jim's daughter is. Around the same age as Raina. I know how old Raina is, right? Oh shoot, Raina was born in 1978. That was a while ago. If she was if Jim's daughter was young and Raina's age, Raina is older than that. Kevin, if you could excuse me, I'm looking at that. Okay, so she's old enough. Part of me, I'm like, maybe she's too young to get married herself. She's of an age where she could get married. So I can't do anything there. Let's keep going instead of just instantly bouncing after learning the vaguest of info about Jim. I want to put Jim in though, because I've got a lot of deets on him. Has daughter, singer, married to Diamond LaRue. Couldn't remember where the tilde button is. Well, if she was born in 1978, and it's 1998 right now, then she's 20. Penelope had a son named Jack with a Roottree. She worked for Robbie and Ron Roottree at Double R Productions. Let's look up... Where that... Not y'all. This. Peter Janowisk. Jano, W-I-C. I can listen?
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight.
The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right.
Making ends meet, so they rent and
nation is rising, and so is our pride.
Pick our own fate, make love not hate.
They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Politicians at large are hopeless.
The bankers in charge are all clowns.
The party's so better than protest.
So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Bravo, bravo, encore. I was just, I was worried that there would be like, shout out to my daughter Rebecca, but that did not happen. So instead, we're gonna pivot over to Peter Janowisks, which I'm definitely pronouncing right. Hey, look at me. He's a music critic. He's got a fan website about a band unrelated. He used to work for Modern Music Monthly. Look at me. Let's see what they have to say. Modern Music Monthly. And if we don't get anything, we're going to pivot to James, because I saw them mention him as a James as well. Hello. A review and interview from 1979. The interview is called A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. They were in a really weirdly named band with his cousin Clark. Cousin Clark is a cousin to Jim. So Jim is Carl's cousin, and Clark is Jim's cousin. That would mean that Carl and Clark are in the same generation, right? Or that Carl and Clark are brothers. Right? Like, I'm thinking in my real life, I have cousins. They're my cousins, but I'm their cousin too. So if we were to both have a third cousin... Yeah, I think I just mixed myself up. Anyway. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand... So wait, hold on. We're in a band. Jim was in a band with his cousin Clark. Clark and them grew up like brothers. He never met his father, so Grandpa insisted we hang out even though we weren't alike. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actual sisters. I'll have to check and see if we have any Janes. I think we do. So we had a whole cutesy family band thing going on. Then Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her other sister, Jane. Wow, Jane. Why would you do this? Talk about drama, Jane. Boom, no more band. I suppose Clark is equally guilty. Like I said, we were different. We never agreed on what music should be. He plays and writes melodies, but he was always more interested in catchy tunes. He wanted you humming it a week later. I've been told Roland resonates with people that way, but that's never been my goal. He called me up and said he liked it, which he took as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I want to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. He started Raffer Tunes, and he's a much better jingle writer. Okay. Clark is also a songwriter. One of the benefits of our family is the massive company out there willing to be a client. It's ironic because that's how my father had connections to Roottrees. Huh. Okay. All of his old ad campaigns used to hang on the walls of the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. So, Jim's father had connections to Roottrees. Right, Jim's a Roottrees. Clark is his cousin. Clark doesn't sound like a root tree. I mean, maybe he is. Let's look up Raffertunes. Let's look it up right here. Fair. We may have to jump right back, because I don't think I was done following that thread. Aha! The Rafferty LaRue's. A website about Raffertunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. You can find a picture labeled the information for the infamous Super Bowl ad campaign. I don't know if it's the same one, but I know there was... Yeah, okay, it's that one, when the 3 girls were in the Got Milk. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, and when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina... Also, that youngest is pulling some serious weight, because that means that there are more than one daughter from a man Clark. He had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. Wow. Don't they look charming and happy and all that stuff? The inspiration for the famous ad campaign. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. His wife was trying to get Katrina, the youngest, to calm down for the picture. He had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. We're gonna hold off on snapping all of these mugs because there's a lot of data here. More importantly, there's a lot of data that I feel like I could start knocking some clues out. Because, like, there's an adopted thingamajig going on right there. Are there other... I want to say there was one other No? Is that the only adopted person on the whole family tree? Yeah, I think that's the only adoptee I'm seeing, which would be very nice if that were the case. Because what would that mean? Clark is adopted. That would suggest that this person got divorced, this person got remarried, and they had an adopted son, Clark. But this can't be Clark, because I don't have room to type in all of his kids. I guess I don't, strictly need to. But would it not make more sense for, like, this to be Clark? Or these two to be Clark? But Clark being adopted and never knowing his father... Man, it would be nice if I could just lock this in as Clark, because, him never knowing his father would be nice. Somewhat hesitant to pull the trigger on all this. Am I missing an adoptee somewhere? I don't think I am. Does it math out when it comes to family? So here's Carl. Carl's brother. And that's Diamond LaRue, and that's... Wait, is that Diamond? It's not Diamond LaRue. It doesn't name... Diamond LaRue was with Jim. Jim, cousin of Carl. He also has a daughter. And she's got a sister named Jane. That's not this. Is that Jane? Let's look up Jane. But I need to know Carl's last name. I do know his last name. It was like Lafferty LaRue. Also, I could just look it up here. Yeah, it would not be that way. Right, so Jane LaRue is just... Let's look up Jane LaRue. She got caught in bed with Clark, so there's a non-zero chance they married. The LaRue sisters got their start as teenagers, backup singer for their great uncle's record label. Who do we know? Ron. Ron has a record label. All three have found all three. Oh my god, there's 3 of them? All 3 have found success as musicians, with Diamond and Jane touring with some famous faces, and youngest sister Kim making a splash on Broadway. Somehow they're still the Lucky LaRues after all these years. Huh. Okay, so there's a Kim LaRue. This is probably going to bring up the exact same article, but you never know. Yeah, okay. Kim doesn't sound terribly important, but... Alright, where's the adoptee? These 2 people adopted someone. Or would it be more accurate to say that these 2 gave birth to Clark, Clark's father booked, and this person joined Clark's life, not in a marriage way? Let's put him in for now. His name would be Clark Rafferty. He was a songwriter. Is that a thing? Songwriter's not a thing. Musician, perhaps? And now I'm regretting not snapping a photo of him. Do that now. How you doing, Clark? He married... Do I know who he married? I'm assuming he married Kim, but I don't think that's actually right, because this is some non-blood, like, this seems, not Kim, sorry, Jane. Jane is going somewhere more important on this chart, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not super solid on Clark going here, even though I think it makes genealogical sense, because it would imply that he was adopted, which was the vibe I was getting from him. You know, just because you never know your father doesn't mean you were adopted. It just means that you didn't know the guy. Like this, for example. Or this. No, this person would need to... These 2 would need to be divorced and then have him. Are there any divorcees on that column? Well, there's that one, but I already locked that in with somebody else. I think I'm mixing up my family tree here. This is the first generation. This is Carl's great-grandpa. This is Carl's grandpa. If Carl's grandpa had a kid, that would be Carl's dad. No, this would be Carl's uncle. Yeah, this would be Carl's uncle, and if Carl's uncle had a kid, this would be a cousin. I've got these on the wrong... I've got these on the wrong thing. I did have my genealogies mixed up. This is Carl's cousin. Carl doesn't have any brothers. I was like, this is Carl's brother. No, Carl's brother would be a hypothetical coming from these 2 up here. Those don't exist. So these... Is that the only star on this column? Yes, thank you. So... This is Carl's cousin, and more importantly, it's got a star. So I know for a fact that this is Jim Roottrees. I can actually put him into the bloody chart. James Roottrees was a musician, right? Jim, cousin of Carl, has a daughter, born 20 years old. Was married to Diamond LaRue. Oh, I have a photo of Diamond. on the album cover. There we have it. Where is... There it is. I guess I have one of Jim as well. Where are you, boy? Oh, no. Okay, bye. Thanks, I try. Which ones did I get right? Oh, it was probably Grandma, Grandpa, and James LaRue. Okay. Look at me. Any optional names and portraits you have correct will be locked and removed from the pool. This is very like Oberdin. Alright. Go me. Do I still have Clark down? No, I got rid of Clark, as I rightfully should have. Diamond LaRue. This must be another photo of Diamond LaRue. There she is. I don't think we have another one just yet, but we could if we wanted to. Oh look, there's I can get bonus pictures of James Roottrees if I really wanted to. I can't. Oh, I do. I can move up bonus. There. Bam. Yeah, that's right. And this is locked. This isn't. I should have done it before filling in James, but I know it's right. Wait, this is Carl. I haven't put Carl's face in yet. I'm the only player in this game who didn't get Carl as part of his first 6. Wait, that's not Carl. I don't think I didn't pick the right guy. That's Carl. That other guy's Clark. Speaking of which, that can't be Clark because it doesn't got no kids. That could be Clark. No, that can't be Clark. Clark has 3 kids. None of you have 3 kids. Who's got 3 kids? Clark goes through some shit and then has 3 kids, and I think... Nope, here's another one. There's another person with 3 kids. Why do I think Clark has 3 kids? Yeah, no, that's right. The LaRues. What's Clark's last name? His name is Clark Rafferty. He has a young daughter named Katrina. I'm getting myself mixed up because I'm a genius. What I do care about are the LaRue sisters. She's one of them, and there's 2 others, and it doesn't look like they're gonna be like. I think. Where are you? I think that's Jane. I can't say that for sure, but I think it is. You got anything on Jane LaRue? No. Maybe it's Jane something else. Hello. Yeah. Backup singers for their great uncle's record label. Now, if they went somewhere more useful on the family tree, that would be awesome. But I guess that's kind of useful. I think I could use that to pin Ron. Ron owns a record label, and Ron is their great uncle. That's less useful than I thought, because they're not actually. They are on the family tree, but as little spin-off branches. But let's see. This would be the right age for a great uncle, right? Because, yeah, no, that's an uncle. This would be the great uncle. Not that that does a hell of a lot, because I don't have a lot to put in that column. Though that would suggest that Ron goes up here, and if Ron goes up here, then his brother Rob would also go up here. Is that too old? Forming record studios in this generation? How many? Oh, there's so many. Every one of these family trees has so many branches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I remember reading that. Elias Rootree had 5 kids. 5 kids that correlate to these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chocolate is only one word. I hate to break it to you, Elias. Also, none of these have an E. Didn't you name like half your kids Elias Rootree? But, the name 5 pieces and the idea of 5 flavors is because the original inventor had 5 kids. Oh no, the 5 flavors are... What even is an elderberry? There we go. Alright. Once upon a time, one of these was an elderberry. Can I get more archival content on the on the 5 pieces? Which one of these would I want to... I suppose let's start with this. I need to know the names of the... I need to know the 5-piece flavors when they first came out. They're shell-coated maple candies. They're pressed into a maple leaf. As times have changed, so has the flavors. The Sweet History of Candy. Yes, here we go. By Charles Lee. Yes, here we go. This is good for Bitcoin. Published in 1985. This is part of a book series about all things candy. It starts in 1925 to chronicle the rise of mass production, looks into the future. They got everything wrong, and includes some print advertisements. 5 pieces from the 30s. Bam. Where we at? So, let's start from the top. It's a miracle. Modern society needs a modern candy. There's 5 different maple-infused flavors. Our candies are named after our family name. Our candies are named after our family name. Our family name is Rootree. Our flavors are inspired... Oh, I see what they mean. The Rootree whatever is named... Okay. So, we got some initials here. G, E, C, E, M, and M. Miracle Berry is a burst of beautiful, blossoming, blended berries. Blimey. Try it today. You find this advertisement in The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. It's from 1928, 6 years after the debut of 5 pieces. Oh, this is good. Miracle Berries is new. So the youngest starts with the letter M. The oldest... No, I can't say that. I mean, maybe I can, but I probably can't. If I can't say that, then that means I put Elias in the right spot, putting that E. Also, it makes sense. If you're Elias Rootree, you had a daughter, and then you had your first son, you would name your first son Elias Jr. I think that just makes sense. There seems to be an unspoken assumption that these are in chronological order, because they're certainly not in alphabetical order, and I can't think of any other order one would put them in. So if that's the case, then I should be able to lock in that entire early generation. I must have done my genealogy wrong, because ain't none of these start with an R, so there ain't no Ron Roottrees in this first column. Not terribly surprised. Despite what I told that woman, I am not actually a genealogist. Nobody tell her. So, let's start from the top. You got married. Darn you. That means that I can't put you in unless there's literally only one G unaccounted for. It's Guy Hudson, the first daughter. I mean, G's aren't terribly common. Maybe I'll get lucky. Gwyneth Madsen. She would have been named after her mother. That's a possibility. No, there's 2. Damn you, Gwendolyn Morden. But I'll check both of them. And there's Gwendolyn Rootree. Oh, there's another. Oh, okay. There's a lot of G's, and a lot of them could be women, unfortunately. But let's start with Elias Rootree. I think he's in the right spot. I don't have a picture of him. This person is CE. Let me see if that's even like a thing. Look, Clancy Edward Rootree. I'm putting him there. I'm locking this in. Starting with M. And she is a Rootree. She kept her last name. So we're looking for a female M Rootree that is not currently placed anywhere. We've got Margaret. Miracles is this person. And that's it. So we're going to put Margaret right there. And then we're going to put Miracle Rootree here. Miracle Rootree is a man? Okay. Fair enough. I suppose Miracle is kind of an unusual name no matter how you slice it. So, let's see. I might be wrong and that these aren't actually in age order. I hope I'm right, because this is going to suck. But I think I'll be fine. Miracle Rootree, Margaret Rootree, Clancy Edward Rootree. I could look up a wee bit more here. Her mother was Gwyneth. So unless another Gwyneth... there was a Gwyneth on the list, right? Somewhere? Gwyneth Madsen. Now, it's possible the name Gwyneth just randomly shows up again. Crazier things have happened. But I like to think that Gwyneth Madsen is her daughter. As generational names was very popular in that day and age. I could be wrong though. I don't know if I'm ready to lock that in. I never actually got to the end of these people, did I? I managed to lock Jim in there. Miracle Jr. is on the list. Let's jump to Miracle. I want to learn more about. Aha. You find a website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by the Miracle Rootree estate. It's quite bare bones, but as the following blurb, witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Rootree. Miracle Rootree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. They named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. He was nearly torn apart by health problems, but he persevered. He regained his sight. Miracle Jr. arrived, became the famous family's second vessel. He took his father's testimony. I'm getting priestly vibes here. Probably because it says the healing word of the Almighty. So hold on. He took his father's testimony and spread it across New England via the power of television. But he has since left that life of glamour and glitz to reach those places that need it. Did he become a missionary? The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Below the blurb is a flyer, which is in your evidence. So before we do that, where's that youngest homie? I know priest is on the list. Is there anything else of that ilk? There's preacher. Alright, homeboy's a preacher. It's a miracle. Witness the power of the Lord in the Summer 96 3 Generations of Miracles tour featuring testimony from world-famous Miracle Jr., special appearance from his dad, Miracle the Third. Oh my god. Fly over the 3 generations. It's a few years old. Miracle Jr. is world famous and gets top billing. Thank you. Miracle Rootree is going to make a special appearance without a picture. How dare they? Miracle Third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastors. Alright, we're going to grab this guy first. We got Miracle Jr. He gets a star because he's special. Where are you? This is Miracle Roottree Jr. So he got into the world of television. I mean, he sounds like he's also a preacher. I mean, doesn't that tie scream like savior? Anyway, we got this guy. This is Miracle the Third. They only have one kid, so this has got to be him. Ah, wait, no, I'm right, because of the star. I was like, it could be them, but it can't because this person is a star. So this person is Miracle 3. Where are you, Miracle 3? There you are. He's a youth pastor. I have to actually grab the photo of him. Oh, what? Oh, look at me. Okay. Haha. I didn't think I'd solved that many yet, but I guess I did. Carl, Miracle, and I guess I did do that. Very nice. Very cool. And is that enough for me to get some more evidence? I have so much evidence to still go through. Oh, look at all this sweet loot. I'm here to keep that going. I got a picture of the Roottree family reunion. Oh, yes. Lay that right on my dining room table. Carl's office was a mess, but I also found some papers. They seemed important. You found 9. I'll have a bit more to share after 9 more. And remember, even new evidence, don't forget the notable root trees, even family members you've already placed on the tree with just a bit more research. Yeah, that's fair. I wish I was in a position where I'm like, wow, I already know everything I need from what I have. But there's a lot more layers to this onion. And at least a few layers that I pretty much super glued on there without actually knowing whether it's true or not. I think it's true though. Yeah, basically has to be. Right? Why did I think this started with G? Oh, because of the... yeah. Because the advertisement had a G in the first slide. Seems to be implying there's something new here, unless it just wants me to look at this again. I haven't looked up more at all, but I want to make a little bit more head... I think I got more to figure out about these miracles over here. Who dis? Stephanie Jones for City Council. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had handwritten note that seemed personal. Stephanie Jones is running for City Council from the Butler County Times. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family. It was full of love. 22 years later with a baby. Her message is love. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye, but if you could talk to the girls, putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, the eyes our daughters bring from a CM. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. Hey, hey. CM. Is there anything else? Nope, that's the one. CM. What's Clark's last name? It's not CM, it's Rafferty. And Carl is a root tree, and Jim doesn't even start with C. But whoever this CM is, he's implying that he is in the same generation as Carl. Hope it's not this guy. His checkered past isn't going to do his daughter's campaign any favors. But there's all sorts of people with kids floating around here that could be. It didn't actually lock Clark in at any point. He's still somewhere in this absolute travesty of a family tree. I don't think Miracle's wife is terribly important. Sorry, Miracle's wife. That's just kind of how it'd be in that denomination. But he does have a brother of some sort. Let's keep going. Let's see if I got some more cool things to put. Is this them? Every 20 years or so, the root trees would hold a big reunion. That man is totally photoshopped in. And recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage, a pipe burst in Carl's off. Oh, I see what happened. In childish writing, it says November. Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson. Ernie, Carolyn, See, I'm glad I didn't just lock Gwyneth in like a dumbass, because she's here in the 70s. Gwendolyn... Oh, Miracle Jr. is in here somewhere. Jim is in here somewhere. Clark, Carl, and Ela M. Okay. Carl's the teenager in the middle. Right? That's the teenager in the middle, unless... I don't think that's Carl. Where are you, Carl? We're putting you right there. That's Jack. Was Jack on that list? No. Bonnie. Guy Hudson. Guy Hudson. I wonder if I could lock him in as like a politician. He's probably just a dumbass. Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. He's in here too. I have not looked up Ernie Jr. yet. We're looking up Ernie Jr. right now. Maybe I have looked up Ernie Jr. Ernie... I know he was president of the Roottrees company. Maybe I don't know that. Ernest. That stands for Ernie. Oh, he's not a Roottree. Okay, where's Ernest? Ernest. Hello. And we need Ernest Madston Jr. because he's a junior. He's president. I might have written the last name wrong. I might have just written it wrong again. How does Madsen? Did I spell that right? Yeah, alright. Hello there. My cat just jumped on the on my desk. How are you? He wouldn't be in Modern Music Monthly. He's in the one about... Oh, you know what I should be doing? I need to write... Because Oh! It's doing it for me. Thank you. Because I was like, man, I'm stupid. I should have done that. Business Watch. Ernie. And if that doesn't work, I'm using your full name, young man. Hello. You find an article from 95. Root president to take over Roottree. Due to heart illness, Ernie Jr. is stepping down as president. His cousin, Carl... Oh, wait, I knew that. Will take over... Oh, but I do know his placement. He's fourth president, then. It has been 13 years since Ernie was forced to step into the role of president. Not much was known about the man. His cousin. Another cousin. Sacre bleu. Okay, great. It's been 13 years since Ernie was forced to step into the role of president. Not much was known about the man other than his full name. In the years since, he has taken a reputation as a real-life Wonka. He's eccentric. He doesn't want to be a Roottree. In our explanation, he's a shrewd businessman. He led them to record profits by spearheading the formation of Root with his cousin after learning of Brenda's power in the fashion community. Ernie Jr. is Carl's cousin. This guy's also his cousin. I didn't hear anything about any children. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people who could be a cousin. If Carl is the fifth president, where did I... Once I know where to put him, I know he's the fourth president. I've also... If I could figure out where he goes, I have the deets right now. I've got a picture somewhere. I've got his job, and I've got his name. The only thing I don't know is where to put him. I do know that when it comes to this family photo, he would kind of be like this. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I can barely tell how any of these people compare to each other age-wise. So we're just gonna... Maybe there's more photos. Look at this. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out, this fell out too. Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well, boys. It's Gwen and the boys. Okay. Look at those boys. They're in Paris. There's a lot of things in Paris in this game. This photo... To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry you couldn't make it to the funeral. Ernie knew how busy he wasn't. This is, I think Ernie Jr.'s biting it. Ernie was a man full of love for not only his family, but his legacy. He had a amount of pride for the work they did together. Carl has carried on for him after taking over. This is the funeral of Ernie Jr. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the burden of endless bills. Though it was caught too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that it happened after your visit. Ernie and I have to stay strong for Nicole's sake. Much love, Debbie. Ernie Jr., second cousin of Carl, married to Debbie. Daughter is Nicole, right? Yeah. Also, since homeboy died, I think that means he has only one kid. I guess it's possible he had another kid who died before this was taken, but screw that. I think he has one kid. So we're going to pause on our adventure and see if I can find a cousin to Carl with one kid. There's one. There's another. Matter of fact, they look exactly the same. I was like, are they so the same that they're interchangeable? They're not. This one has a bonus picture. Oh, this one has a bonus picture. And I got a picture of Debbie right there. This one's probably it. Not this one. This person had 3 kids. This person had 0 kids. This person had 2 kids. I'm feeling real good about this one. Anybody else? Step right up. Don't be shy. Nope. This is the only example of a cousin of Carl, not you, that... Oh, I don't have a picture. I do have a picture of him. I just don't know where it is. But let's put him in first, because, oh man, this is going to be so great. Elias Roottree Jr. He's not on this list, right? No, okay. I was like, homeboy don't got no star. He is the 4th president. That's right, he's James Madison. He was born to... Here's Deborah Bean. That's your name, Bean. That's my cat's name. Any other Debbies? Debbie. This is, by the way, the thing I screwed up the most in Obra Dinn. I kept locking in that one midshipman as the wrong dude who had the same first name as him. It was really sad. Alright. Looks like I don't see nowhere else to put Deborah Bean. And they done had a kid. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess her name is Nicole Roottree. Oh no. Oh no, there's a Nicole Madison. Please have there be a Nicole Roottree. No. This is not good for Bitcoin. Go back. Where'd that photo at? Ernie and I had to stay strong for Nicole's sake. Maybe she got married? This gives me big doubts. Why would her last name be Madsen? Neither of her parents were a Madsen. But her dad is Elias. Is there another Elias that I'm missing? That feel when this is all some other Elias. Elias? I mean, there's these two. The Elias. Alright, I'm not sure why on earth she'd be a Madsen. That doesn't make any sense to me. And her job is being 5 years old. But, I don't think it's possible for me. Like, this could be the wrong spot. They could go somewhere else. But, yeah, I guess they could. Let's see. If this was Elias, he divorced somebody, then he and Deborah could adopt Nicole, and Nicole could marry a Marsden. It's a little weird because every other character in this game has had their maiden name. Nicole Madsen should logically be her maiden name, but her maiden name would be Nicole Roottree. Especially if Elias is marrying Debbie Bean, which is the only Debbie in the game. So why is Nicola Madsen? Debbie... No, that's the only Debbie. Huh. This could also be Elias Roottree. Debbie would have to... Oh! If Debbie's adopted... I'm sorry, if Nicole is adopted, then Madsen would be her maiden name, kind of. It'd be the name she had before she was adopted. That actually fixes this continuity error, because it doesn't make any sense for the two of them to have a kid named Nicole Madsen. So maybe they go here. That's a very roundabout way of solving this. I wonder if it's right. Also, I didn't hear nothing about Elias Roottree Jr. getting divorced. This is Gwen, right. Here's a bunch of people. Oh, in childish print writing it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. This is probably November. I don't know why I did that. I have nowhere to put November on the list. But maybe I could if I look her up. Nothing. Nadia. I like how I'm just assuming her last name is Roottree. I could totally be wrong about that. Oh, I'm right. Her name is Miracle Roottree. I mean, her name is November Roottree, but I don't have any data with which to lock her in anywhere. Let's try the Butler County Times. Okay. I'm gonna go back to that picture of the two dudes in Paris, if I can't find anything about November. Fair enough. Nothing on November. Wake me up when November ends. Why are you still blinking? You acting like there's something I haven't seen. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Thank. Oh, I haven't gone down this yet. There's something there, but before we get that, where's those Parisians? I will find you. I have a very specific set of skills in genealogy. Gwen. So Gwen has 2 kids. And there they are now. I don't think I have Gwen locked in anywhere. I've got Gwyneth. This can't be Gwen. It's too old. This could be Gwen. I don't know. Let's look up Gwen, I guess. She's probably not a Rootree. I'm gonna have to go check her real name. No, that's fine. Gwen Rootree. Oh wait, no. Is this who I think? Yeah, it's her. Oh, she's got 2 kids. Okay. Does that teach me anything? Where'd you go? I locked you in last time. There you are. Here's her 2 kids. They're both male. There they are. Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Now it's kind of... Wait, what year... So this was in the same frame. So this has got to be from this. So Gwen and her 2 kids are not in this shot. Which means I could logically... There's probably too many root trees for this, but I could go check all the root tree names, and if there's only 2 out, like Wolf root tree's not on this list. Might mean that he's one of the 2 kids. Pretty sure there's too many root trees for me to do that. But... let's see. Didn't go back. I think I can lock in his wife once I find the advertisement. Here it is. And his wife, Nicole. Nicole. Didn't I already put a Nicole elsewhere on the page? What? Alright, hold the phone. This guy is married to Nicole. Where are you at? This person had a daughter named Nicole. Can she be in 2 places at once? Where's that incorrect thing I put? Here it is. Alright, it took her off the list. So there's 2 Nicoles. I'm seeing that with my own 2 eyes. This Nicole has a picture. Well, it makes so much more sense for this to be Nicole Madsen. But if her name's not Nicole, then what is it? Nicole. It could be short for Nicolette. She could go by the name Nikki or Nick. There's Nicole Madsen. I don't know, Cole, I suppose, if she really wanted to. Maybe they nicknamed her Candy. Maybe she transitioned and chose the name Nicholas. Nicole. Christina. Well, let's look up Nicole Rootree and see if I can find something on her. Nuttin. Nadia. I suppose I could look up the other Nicole as well. Fair. Alright, we pivoted. Nicole Madsen. Honestly, kind of weird for him to marry a Madsen since I saw other Madsens in the list. Straight up, they're like, all right, well, we got Nicole Kidman. We got no relevant results. Nicole's acting pretty sus. So let's see, what else can I figure out? There's definitely a lot of little side characters I could lock in. Miracle. Nothing. He persevered. Miracle Jr. Nothing about the wife, which is not terribly surprising considering Christian fundamentalists. But, don't know. I don't need to know for what it's worth, but he had 2 kids. That's really weird. Maybe I can learn more about his kid. The kid appears to be more famous anyway. This is the same as before. Actually, go back. Where does this take place? The Miracle Network. Oh. Hold on. No, I'm thinking of... I was like, isn't Nicole Roottrees, but no, that's Lauren, who I actually have not looked up yet. I should probably do that before my allotted time runs out in 13 minutes. It's the same. Screw it. We pivoted straight to Lauren. Do not past go. I don't know who Red is either. Is that their name? Is there a Red Roottrees? April. Nope. Red is a nickname. My lord, maybe it's what Nicole goes by. Who's Red Roottrees? Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an appointed judge and a politician. He was ambassador to Ireland for only 6 days. He served the shortest term in history. He was heard disparaging his position. He tried to run for Senate. I wonder if this is Guy. Oh, it's not Guy. It's Aloysius. It says right there. Oh. He tried to run for state Senate. He claimed to be to the Roottrees came becoming an ad. His last name was a coincidence. Man, look at this guy. Interesting. See if we can get any more deets on. This will probably be just the exact same, but you never know. Kind of sad they didn't add that to my periodicals. Come on, Butler Kenny Times. I believe in you. Said. He's on the list even though he's not a real Roottrees? Weird. The game clearly wanted me to look that guy up. Aloysius. Is he... Can I... Homeboy doesn't seem connected at all. Wait a minute, go back. What was that? Did I just see a Nicole Smith on the list? Did I miss Nicole Smith this whole bloody time? How is there a Nicole Smith on the list? How did I make that mistake? How is there 2 Nicoles and I never saw it? I looked really hard for that Nicole. It's the same problem though. Let's look up Nicole Smith. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. How is there a Nicole this entire time? And then, was there another Nicole? Yeah, there's 2 Nicoles. How did I not see it the first 6 times I checked? Okay. Well, we have 2 Nicoles again, which is nice. We don't know which is which, because neither of them have a Facebook profile. We're gonna try the Nicoles one more time. Old Hollywood. Miracle Jr. was in Hollywood. Briefly. I'm typing with one hand because my other hand is on the wrong side of my mic. Okay. Silver Screen Magazine. Sad. Let's look up his kid, Miracle Roottree the Third. I don't know, how is it? Miracle Roottree 3RD period. Miracle Roottree. Nuttin'. Nuttin'. How dare you, good sir. Maybe that's not how they want it to be spelled. Nope. Wow. I somehow managed to find 2 Nicoles. I still don't know how I wasn't able to see the second Nicole for that long, but I did. 8 minutes before my 90-minute timer runs out. I want to go on like one more binge. I feel like there's something I can figure out. I never looked up Marguerite. Let's see what she's got on her. What'd you do, Marguerite? Nothing. She's too old to be in the Butler County Times. I guess she's not. Nope. Alright, we looked up Miracle, we looked up Marguerite. We haven't looked up Clancy. There's this person. Someone who starts with the letter G and is a root tree. It's not Gwyneth. She would go by her maiden name, so I don't think it's this person either. I don't think it'd be Gwendolyn either. Could be Gwendolyn Roottree. Let's look this person up. Gwendolyn. Sad. I hit copy instead of paste. While that loads, Business Watch is the one I want to look in. The CEO of Roottree welcomes their new daughter. Nope. Okay. Turns out 1,800 random people don't have a lot of data on them. Trying to figure out who this person is. Miracle Roottree clearly had 2 kids, but doesn't seem to care that much about the one. I didn't look this up at all. CM. She won! Hey, hey, the Roottrees didn't help. Lame. She has a very bare bones website. Be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times. Damn, maybe Stephanie shot down the plane as a political gambit. What? Wait, what am I doing? Man, I was really hoping some sort of photo or something would pop up. The election results. She won. You find the full newspaper clipping. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon. Brian Jones, that's him, has lived in Butler County her whole life. She grew up in a home without a father. With my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entirely female influence. Though she's a distant cousin, her mother, Carolyn, I should have Googled this way sooner, is a local artist who has appeared on the front page of the Butler County Times in the past, has often come out regarding deforestation. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. Let's get a photo of Carolyn M. I don't know if it's Mazden. I'm completely guessing here. It's not. Let's go find her real name. Where are you, Carolyn? Carolyn Morden. There's a very good chance of being correct. Carolyn Morden. Yeah, that's what we talking about. We got a photo of Stephanie, Brian. There's an image of Carolyn. She made a picture. Whether women should be equals. She's married to another woman. Alright. Carolyn sounds like she's from the same generation as Carl. And it would make sense for them to adopt, right? Because... what's her name? Her maiden name is Stephanie Landon. She's a politician. I don't know who she married. Where are you, Carolyn? Come here. You're an artist. Boom, boom. Oh, go back. I was like, he's gonna let me photograph the mermaid. The image that accompanied Carolyn standing next to her sculpture Atlantis' Burden, featuring her upcoming book, Self-Portrait Art and the Beauty of Women. Alright. Where are you, Carolyn? Brian Jones. Stephanie Landon. Alright, I've run out of time. The last thing we're going to do today is we're going to look up the self-portrait from Carolyn Morden. Give me that book. Aw. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Carolyn Morden. Maybe her book's not in here. Well, either way, we're going to call it there because I am over time. I was requested to keep these 90 minutes or under, and I'm failing with every second this outro goes. So we're going to save and call it for today. Still really loving this game. Thank you for letting me play test it. Bye-o.